50 strategies to build wealth and secure financial independence. Imagine a life where money works for you, not the other way around. Sounds dreamy, right? Today, we're diving into 50 powerful strategies to build wealth and achieve financial independence. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, these principles will guide you toward a future where financial stress is a distant memory. From focusing your energy to mastering your mindset, we'll cover practical steps and big-picture ideas to transform how you think about money. Let's get started on this journey to unlock your financial potential. Part 1. Lay the foundation. The path to wealth begins with a single focus. When you're starting, don't spread yourself thin chasing every opportunity. Pick one thing, a skill, a business idea, or a niche, and pour your energy into mastering it. This laser-like focus builds momentum. Once you've nailed it, then you can branch out. Next, prioritize financial freedom over chasing riches. Financial freedom means your basic needs are covered without a paycheck. Think about creating small income streams, like renting out a space or selling a digital product, to give you breathing room. This freedom lets you take bigger risks later. Also, understand the difference between assets and liabilities. Assets put money in your pocket, like a side hustle or dividend-paying stocks. Liabilities, like flashy cars or maxed-out credit cards, drain you. Focus on collecting assets early to set a strong foundation. Another key is to think beyond cutting costs. Instead of pinching pennies, find ways to boost your income. A side gig, freelancing, or learning a high-demand skill can make small expenses feel insignificant. Finally, dream big, but act small. Picture a life of abundance, but break it down into daily steps. Big goals are exciting, but consistent action is what gets you there. By laying this groundwork, you're setting yourself up for long-term success without the overwhelm. Part 2. Master your time and mindset. Time is your most valuable asset, so treat it that way. If you're spending hours hunting for discounts to save a few bucks, you're undervaluing your potential. Instead, invest that time in learning a skill or building a project that could earn thousands. Think of money as stored energy. Every purchase is a piece of your life traded away. Before buying something, ask yourself if it's worth the hours you worked for it. This mindset shift makes you intentional with spending. Now let's talk about dreaming big. If you can't imagine a wealthier future, you'll stay stuck. Visualize what financial freedom looks like for you. Maybe it's traveling without worry or retiring early. This vision fuels motivation, but don't stop at dreaming. Take action to match it. Another mindset hack is to act like the person you want to become. If you want to earn 10 times more, start thinking, learning, and networking like someone who already does. Surround yourself with people who inspire growth, and their habits will rub off. Lastly, know exactly what you want. Vague goals lead to vague results. Define your ideal life, down to the details like where you live or how often you vacation, and let that clarity guide your decisions. Part 3. Build income streams. Wealth isn't about a single paycheck, it's about multiple streams of income. Start by leveraging what you already have. Got a spare room? Rent it out. Have a skill? Offer it online. These small wins add up. Next, embrace leverage to scale your earnings. Leverage means using resources like other people's time, money, or technology to amplify your results. For example, hire a freelancer to handle tasks so you can focus on bigger projects, or create a digital product like an ebook that sells repeatedly with no extra effort. This is how you earn while you sleep. Another strategy is to focus on impact. The more people you help, the more you earn. Whether it's solving a problem for a small group or creating something millions use, value drives wealth. Don't shy away from entrepreneurship either. Starting a business, even a small one, gives you control and tax advantages that employees rarely get. Finally, invest early and often. Even small amounts compound over time. A few $100 invested in your 20s could grow into millions by retirement. The key is starting now, not waiting for the perfect moment. Part 4. Protect and grow your wealth. Once you start building wealth, protecting it is just as important. Create an emergency fund covering 3 to 6 months of expenses. This safety net keeps you from dipping into investments during tough times. Next, tackle debt strategically. List all your debts, smallest to largest, and pay off the smallest first while making minimum payments on others. This snowball method builds momentum. Avoid new debt unless it's for assets that generate income, like a business loan. To grow your wealth, understand that not every investment will win. Most will fail, but a few home runs can change everything. Stay patient and think long-term. Also, be cautious with financial advisors. The best opportunities often stay hidden, so do your own research. Fees matter too. A 1% higher fee can cost you hundreds of thousands over decades. Finally, preserve wealth across generations by diversifying into stable assets like property or precious metals. These hold value through economic ups and downs, ensuring your hard work lasts. Part 5. Live wealthy. Now, wealth isn't just about numbers, it's about living well today. Create a spending plan that lets you enjoy life guilt-free. Allocate money for savings, bills, and investments first. Then spend freely on what you love, whether it's dining out or gadgets. Cut mercilessly on things that don't matter to you. Automation makes this easy. Set up transfers to savings and investment accounts so you're building wealth without thinking about it. Another trick is the double up rule. For every splurge, invest an equal amount. Want a $500 gadget? Invest $500 too. This balances enjoyment with growth. Also, redefine retirement. Instead of grinding for decades, find work that feels like play. When you love what you do, it's not about clocking out. It's about living fully now. Finally, know when enough is enough. Chasing more can lead to reckless risks. Define your version of rich, whether it's freedom, security, or experiences, and build toward that. Wealth is what you keep, not what you flash. By blending discipline with joy, you'll live richly at every stage. Part 6. Optimize your finances. Managing money well is like tuning an engine. It keeps everything running smoothly. Start by automating your finances. Set up your paycheck to split into different buckets. One for bills, one for savings, one for investments, and one for fun. This way, you're saving and investing without even thinking about it, and you can spend the rest without stress. Another trick is to pay yourself first. Before you cover rent or utilities, tuck away at least a small percentage of your income into savings or investments. It's like planting seeds for future wealth. Every dollar saved grows over time. Be smart about fees too. Even a tiny percentage difference in investment fees can eat away at your returns over decades. Always compare options and go for low-cost funds or platforms. Also, rethink how you save versus invest. If your savings account earns more than your investments, focus on saving. If investments promise better returns, shift there. Balance both if they're close. Lastly, track your spending to find hidden leaks. Maybe it's subscriptions you forgot about or daily takeout. Plug those holes and redirect the money toward assets that build your wealth. Part 7. Embrace risk and resilience. Wealth building isn't a straight line. It's a bumpy ride. Accept that failure is part of the game. Most investments or business ideas won't pan out, but the ones that do can change your life. Keep experimenting and don't quit after a few flops. Think of it like training for a marathon. Each stumble teaches you how to run better. Another way to grow is by taking calculated risks. Entrepreneurship, for example, might feel scary, but it's less risky than relying on one employer. A business gives you multiple clients and more control over your income. Resilience also means learning from mistakes. If a project tanks, analyze why and adjust. Maybe you need a new strategy or a different market. Stay curious and keep tweaking. Also, don't let fear of looking foolish stop you. Trying new things, like starting a side hustle or investing in a new field, builds confidence and opens doors. Finally, create your own opportunities. The more actions you take, like networking or pitching ideas, the more lucky breaks you'll find. Wealth rewards those who keep moving forward. Part 8. Live with purpose. True wealth is about more than money. It's about purpose and fulfillment. Find work that lights you up, something you do even if you weren't paid. When your job feels like play, you're not just working, you're living. This mindset shifts retirement from a far-off goal to something you can enjoy now. Another way to live richly is to spend intentionally. Splurge on experiences or things that bring lasting joy, like travel or learning a new skill, and cut back on stuff that just collects dust. Connection matters too. Build relationships with people who share your values and push you to grow. They'll inspire you and open doors you didn't know existed. Also, give back. Helping others, whether through mentorship, charity, or small acts, creates a ripple effect that enriches your life. Finally, define success on your terms. For some, it's a big bank account. For others, it's time with family or pursuing a passion. Whatever it is, chase what makes you feel alive and let wealth be the tool that supports it. Part 9. Scale your vision. Once you've got the basics down, it's time to think bigger. Scale your income by creating systems that work without you. Maybe it's a business that runs on automation, or a product that sells globally. The goal is to break the link between your time and your earnings. Next, invest in yourself. Learning new skills, like marketing, tech, or finance, keeps you ahead of the curve and opens new revenue streams. The best investment is always in your own growth. Networking is another way to scale. Connect with people who are where you want to be. Their advice and opportunities can fast-track your progress. Also, don't hoard your wealth. Use it to create more. Reinvest profits into new ventures or assets that compound your gains. Finally, stay adaptable. Markets change, trends shift, and what worked yesterday might not tomorrow. Keep learning, stay open to new ideas, and pivot when needed. Scaling isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter to build a legacy. Part 10. Secure your legacy. Wealth isn't just for you, it's for the future. Protect your assets by diversifying across different types, like real estate, stocks, or even a side business. This spreads risk and keeps your wealth steady through economic storms. Next, plan for the long haul. Set up trusts or other tools to pass wealth to your family or causes you care about. It's about creating something that outlives you. Also, teach others what you've learned. Share your knowledge with your kids, friends, or community to empower them to build their own wealth. Stay grounded too. It's easy to get caught up in chasing more, but regularly check in with your why. What's driving you? Freedom, security, impact? Keep that front and center. Finally, celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Every step forward, whether it's paying off a debt or hitting a savings goal, is progress. Wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. By blending strategy, purpose, and persistence, you'll not only build wealth, but also a life that feels rich in every way. Part 11. Sharpen your financial instincts. Building wealth requires a keen sense of where your money goes and how it grows. Start by regularly auditing your finances. Look at your bank statements, subscriptions, and investments to spot inefficiencies. Maybe you're overpaying for insurance or missing out on better returns elsewhere. Knowledge is power. Stay informed about your options. Next, develop a nose for opportunity. Train yourself to spot gaps in the market or undervalued assets, whether it's a local business or a stock. This instinct comes from studying trends and asking questions others overlook. Another habit is to negotiate everything. From bills to salaries, a quick conversation can save or earn you thousands over time. Also, protect your downside. Before jumping into any deal, ask, what's the worst that could happen? And plan for it. This isn't about fear, It's about being smart. Lastly, trust your gut, but verify with data. If something feels off about an investment or partnership, dig deeper. Honing these instincts turns you into a financial detective, always one step ahead. Part 12. Amplify your skills. Your earning potential is tied to your skills, so keep leveling up. Identify what's in demand, like data analysis, coding, or persuasion, and commit to mastering it. Even an hour a week learning something new can set you apart. Next, specialize but stay versatile. Being the go-to person in a niche is great, but knowing a bit about related fields makes you indispensable. For example, a marketer who understands basic tech can command higher rates. Don't just learn, apply. Test your skills in real projects like freelancing or starting a small venture. This builds confidence and a portfolio. Also, seek feedback relentlessly. Ask mentors or peers how you can improve and act on it. Finally, teach what you know. Explaining concepts to others sharpens your understanding and builds your reputation as an expert. Skills aren't static. They're your engine for growth, so keep them sharp and relevant. Part 13. Harness technology. Tech is a wealth-building superpower if you use it right. Start by automating repetitive tasks like bookkeeping or marketing with tools that save you time. Time saved is time you can spend creating value. Next, explore digital income streams. Maybe it's selling online courses, building an app, or monetizing a blog. These can scale far beyond a traditional job. Also use tech to stay informed. Apps and platforms can track markets, alert you to deals, or connect you with experts in real time. Don't fear new tools, embrace them. Learn the basics of AI, blockchain, or whatever's emerging, because early adopters often reap the biggest rewards. Finally, protect your digital assets. Use strong passwords, back up your work, and be wary of scams. Technology amplifies your efforts, but only if you wield it wisely. It's like a hammer. Build with it. Don't smash your thumb. Part 14. Build a wealth mindset. Your mind shapes your money. Start by rewriting limiting beliefs. If you think wealth is only for others, challenge that by studying people who started with nothing and won big. Next, practice gratitude. Appreciating what you have, however small, keeps you grounded and motivated. It's not about ignoring ambition, but fueling it with positivity. Also, visualize success daily. Picture your goals vividly, from the house you'll own to the freedom you'll feel. This primes your brain to spot paths to get there. Another key is to embrace delayed gratification. Skipping instant rewards, like blowing a bonus on gadgets, for bigger gains later is a superpower. Finally, surround yourself with growth-minded people. Their energy is contagious, pushing you to aim higher and think bolder. A wealth mindset isn't just optimism, it's a disciplined way of seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. Part 15. Create lasting impact. Wealth shines brightest when it makes a difference. Start by solving real problems. Whether it's launching a product or volunteering, focus on adding value to others' lives. This builds trust and opens doors. Next, think long-term impact. Could your work inspire others or shift an industry? Aim for ripples that outlast you. Also, invest in community, support local businesses or mentor someone starting out. It strengthens the ecosystem that supports your wealth. Don't forget to pace yourself. Burnout kills progress, so balance ambition with rest. Take time to recharge so you can keep creating. Finally, reflect on your legacy. What do you want to be remembered for? Money is a tool, but impact is the mark you leave. By blending purpose with profit, you'll build wealth that feels meaningful and endures. Part 16. Cultivate discipline. Wealth demands discipline, not just desire. Start by setting clear boundaries for your money. Decide in advance how much you'll save, invest and spend, and stick to it like a promise. This keeps impulse buys from derailing you. Next, build habits over motivation. Motivation fades, but habits, like reviewing your budget weekly or learning a new skill daily, compound into big results. Also, tackle tough tasks first. Pay bills, fund investments, or research opportunities before you relax. It's like eating your vegetables before dessert. Another discipline is saying no. Decline invites or purchases that don't align with your goals, even if they're tempting. Finally, track your progress. Use a journal or app to log your wins, every debt paid or dollar saved. Seeing how far you've come fuels the grit to keep going. Discipline isn't flashy, but it's the backbone of wealth. Part 17. Expand your network. Your network is your net worth. Start by connecting with people who challenge you to grow, entrepreneurs, mentors, or peers with big dreams. Attend events, join online groups, or just reach out for coffee chats. Next, give before you get. Share advice, make introductions, or offer help without expecting a return. This builds trust and makes people eager to reciprocate. Also, diversify your circle. Talk to folks outside your industry or comfort zone. They'll spark ideas you'd never get otherwise. Don't just collect contacts, nurture them. Follow up, check in, and stay genuine. A strong relationship today could lead to a game-changing deal tomorrow. Finally, be bold. Ask for advice or pitch your ideas, even if it feels awkward. Most people are happy to help if you're sincere. Your network isn't just names, it's a web of opportunities waiting to be woven. Part 18. Maximize efficiency. Time is money, so squeeze every drop from it. Start by batching tasks. Group similar work, like emails or errands, into one block to avoid mental switching costs. Next, outsource what you can. Hire someone for low-value tasks, like cleaning or admin, so you can focus on high-impact work like planning or creating. Also, use tools to streamline. Apps for budgeting, scheduling, or project tracking cut hours of busy work. Another trick is to prioritize ruthlessly. Each day, pick 1 or 2 tasks that move the needle most and do them first. Everything else is secondary. Finally, cut distractions. Silence notifications, set work hours, and create a space where you can focus. Efficiency isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters with less effort. That's how you free up time to build wealth. Part 19. Stay curious. Curiosity is a wealth magnet. Start by asking why and how about everything. Why markets move, how businesses scale, or what skills are trending. This uncovers opportunities others miss. Next, read widely. Books, articles, or even forums outside your field can spark ideas that translate to money. Also, experiment constantly. Test a new side hustle, try a different investment, or tweak your budget. Small bets teach you what works. Don't fear looking foolish, embrace it. Asking basic questions or trying something unproven builds knowledge fast. Finally, seek out experts. Watch interviews, take courses, or shadow someone successful. Their insights can shave years off your learning curve. Curiosity keeps you sharp, adaptable, and ready to seize the next big thing. Part 20. Balance risk and reward. Wealth requires dancing with risk, but you don't have to gamble blindly. Start by diversifying smartly. Spread investments across assets like stocks, property, or businesses to cushion any single loss. Next, size your bets. Put more into safer, proven options and less into wildcards. This lets you test big ideas without wiping out. Also, learn to spot scams. If a deal sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Check credentials and fine print. Another strategy is to cap losses. Set a limit on what you're willing to lose on any venture and walk away if it's crossed. Finally, review risks regularly. What felt safe a year ago might not be now. Markets shift, and so should your strategy. Balancing risk and reward isn't about avoiding danger. It's about playing the game with clear eyes and a steady hand. Part 21. Invest in knowledge. The fastest way to grow your wealth is to grow your mind. Start by dedicating time each week to learning about money, whether it's how taxes work, what drives markets, or how to spot a good deal. Knowledge compounds just like interest. Next, dive into industries you're curious about. If you're drawn to tech or real estate, study their patterns and players. This makes you a smarter investor and creator. Also, learn from failure, not just yours, but others. Case studies of businesses that tanked can teach you what to avoid. Don't stick to one source. Mix books, podcasts, and conversations with pros to get a fuller picture. Finally, apply what you learn fast. Reading about stocks? Buy a small share. Curious about startups? Pitch an idea. Knowledge without action is just trivia. Turn it into power by using it. Part 22. Simplify your life. Clutter kills wealth. Start by streamlining your possessions. Sell or donate what you don't need. Fewer things mean fewer expenses and less mental noise, leaving room for big ideas. Next, simplify your finances. Consolidate bank accounts, cancel unused cards, and organize your investments so you can track everything at a glance. This clarity saves time and stress. Also, cut unnecessary commitments. Skip meetings or hobbies that drain you without adding value. Focus on what moves you closer to your goals. Another trick is to create routines. A set morning or budgeting ritual reduces decision fatigue, freeing your brain for creative work. Finally, say yes to less. Every choice you make, buying, joining, or promising, ties up resources. Simplifying isn't about sacrifice, it's about making space for what truly counts. Part 23. Leverage trends. Wealth often hides in what's new. Start by spotting trends early. Think green energy, remote work tools, or health tech. Read news, follow innovators, and notice what's gaining traction. Next, act fast but small. Test a trend with a low-risk move, like buying stock in a rising sector or starting a related side project. This limits losses while giving you a front-row seat. Don't just chase fads, understand why they're growing. A trend like sustainable fashion isn't just clothes, it's a shift in values. Tap into that. Also, combine trends with your strengths. If you're a writer and AI is booming, create AI-focused content. Finally, stay flexible. Trends fade, so be ready to pivot when the wave crests. Riding the right ones can rocket you forward. Just don't bet everything on one. Part 24. Build trust. Wealth flows through trust. Start by being reliable. Deliver what you promise, whether it's a project deadline or a payment. People invest in those they count on. Next, communicate clearly. Be upfront about your goals, limits, and mistakes. This builds loyalty with partners, clients, or even your audience. Also, show integrity. If a deal feels shady, walk away, even if it's profitable. Your reputation is worth more than a quick buck. Another way is to listen actively. Understand what others need, your boss, customers, or investors, and solve their problems. They'll remember you for it. Finally, be consistent. Trust grows over time, not overnight. Whether it's posting regularly online or showing up prepared, small, steady actions create a name people believe in. Trust isn't just nice. It's a currency that pays dividends. Part 25. Plan for freedom. Financial independence is the ultimate win, so map it out. Start by calculating your freedom number, the monthly income needed to cover your essentials without working. Include rent, food, and basics, then aim to build passive income to match it. Next, test your plan. Try living on that amount for a month to see what's realistic. This exposes gaps you can fix now. Also, diversify your income streams. Relying on one, say a single rental property, is risky. Add others, like dividends or a small online business. Another step is to reduce dependencies. Pay off high-interest debts or downsize your lifestyle to lower your freedom number. Finally, revisit your plan yearly. Life changes, kids, moves, or new goals, so your strategy should too. Planning for freedom isn't a one-time task, it's a roadmap to a life you control. Part 26. Embrace adaptability. The wealth game keeps changing, so you need to roll with it. Start by staying open to new ideas. If a strategy or industry you relied on starts fading, explore what's emerging instead. Flexibility keeps you relevant. Next, pivot fast when things don't work. If your business idea flops, tweak the product or try a new market. Don't cling to a sinking ship. Also, learn to read signals. Shifts in customer habits, tech, or regulations can hint at where money will flow next. Act before the crowd. Another key is to test often. Run small experiments, like a new marketing tactic or a side gig, to see what sticks without betting everything. Finally, build a buffer. Extra savings or a side income gives you room to adapt when life throws curveballs. Adaptability isn't just reacting, it's staying one step ahead in a world that never sits still. Part 27. Master persuasion. Wealth often hinges on your ability to influence. Start by learning to sell, not just products, but ideas. Whether you're pitching a raise or a business, know your audience's needs and frame your ask as their win. Next, hone your storytelling. A compelling story about why your project matters can hook investors, customers, or partners. Facts alone don't move people. Emotions do. Also, practice clarity. Explain complex ideas simply, whether it's your business model or an investment plan, so anyone can grasp it. Another skill is active listening. Hear what others value and tailor your approach to align with it. Finally, build confidence. Speak with conviction, stand tall, and own your expertise. Persuasion isn't manipulation. It's guiding others to see the value you bring. Master it, and doors to wealth swing open. Part 28. Optimize taxes. Taxes can eat your wealth if you're not strategic. Start by learning the basics of your tax system. Deductions, credits, or breaks you might qualify for. Knowledge here saves thousands. Next, use legal advantages. Entrepreneurs often get better tax breaks than employees, so consider starting a side business, even a small one. Also, max out tax-advantaged accounts like retirement plans or health savings accounts to shield income from taxes. Another move is to time your income. If you expect a big bonus, defer it to a lower tax year if possible. Finally, consult a tax pro. A good one spots savings you'd miss and keeps you compliant. Taxes aren't sexy, but optimizing them is like giving yourself a raise, more money to invest and grow. Part 29. Cultivate patience. Wealth is a long game and patience is your edge. Start by resisting quick wins. That hot stock tip or get-rich scheme usually ends in tears. Stick to steady, proven strategies. Next, let time work for you. Investments grow slowly at first, but compounding turns small sums into fortunes over decades. Trust the process. Also, avoid comparing yourself to others. Someone's flashy lifestyle might be debt-fueled, while your quiet progress builds real wealth. Another tip is to celebrate small milestones. Paid off a credit card, saved your first grand. These keep you motivated for the long haul. Finally, stay calm during setbacks. Markets dip, businesses stumble. Patience lets you ride out storms without panic. Wealth isn't built in a sprint. It's a marathon you win by keeping cool and consistent. Part 30. Empower others. Lifting others lifts you too. Start by sharing your knowledge. Mentor someone starting out or post tips online. Teaching builds your authority and network. Next, delegate effectively. Train others to handle tasks so you can focus on high-value work, like strategy or innovation. This scales your impact. Also, invest in people. Back a friend's startup or hire talent to grow your business. Their success fuels yours. Another way is to create win-win deals. Structure partnerships where everyone gains, fostering loyalty and long-term gains. Finally, inspire by example. Live your values, whether it's hard work or generosity, and others will follow. Empowering others isn't charity, it's a strategy that multiplies your reach and rewards in ways money alone can't. Part 31. Refine your goals. Wealth starts with knowing where you're headed. Begin by writing down specific goals, not just get rich, but things like own a rental property by 2030 or save $10,000 this year. Clarity drives action. Next, break them into chunks. A big goal feels less daunting when it's split into monthly or weekly steps. Also, align your goals with your values. If family time matters more than a bigger paycheck, prioritize income streams that give you flexibility. Another step is to review regularly. Every few months, check if your goals still fit your life. New priorities might call for a tweak. Finally, visualize the outcome. Picture the freedom or security you're chasing to stay motivated. Goals aren't set and forget. They're a living guide that keeps your wealth journey on track. Part 32. Minimize waste. Every dollar wasted is a dollar not working for you. Start by auditing your habits. Check for small leaks, like unused memberships or impulse buys, and redirect that cash to savings or investments. Next, optimize big expenses. Shop around for better rates on insurance, loans, or utilities. Small cuts here add up fast. Also, rethink consumption. Before buying, ask if it solves a real need or just scratches an itch. Quality often beats quantity. Another trick is to repurpose what you have. Got old gear? Sell it. Extra skills? Monetize them. Finally, plan purchases. Bulk buy essentials or wait for sales to stretch your budget. Minimizing waste isn't about being cheap. It's about maximizing what you keep to fuel your wealth. Part 33. Stay healthy. Your health is your foundation. Without it, wealth means little. Start by prioritizing basics. Sleep well, eat real food, and move daily. These keep your energy and focus sharp for money-making decisions. Next, manage stress. Meditation, walks, or even journaling can clear your mind, helping you avoid rash financial moves. Also, invest in prevention. Regular checkups or a gym habit cost less than fixing problems later. Another key is mental health. Confidence and clarity drive wealth, so tackle doubts or fears with therapy or self-reflection. Finally, protect your time for health. Say no to overwork that burns you out. Long hours might earn more now but cost you later. A healthy you is a wealthier you, ready to seize every opportunity. Part 34. Learn to negotiate. Negotiation isn't just for deals. It's a wealth-building superpower. Start by researching value. Know your worth, whether it's your salary or a product you're selling, and back it with data. Next, aim high but fair. Ask for more than you expect, leaving room to compromise without underselling. Also focus on mutual gain. Frame your ask as a win for them. Say how your work boosts their profits. Another skill is silence. After making your case, pause. Let them fill the gap, often with a better offer. Finally, practice everywhere. Haggle at markets, renegotiate bills, or pitch for side gigs. Each try sharpens your edge. Negotiating well doesn't just save money. It earns respect and opens bigger doors. Part 35. Create systems. Wealth loves systems, not chaos. Start by building a financial dashboard. Use a spreadsheet or app to track income, expenses, and investments in one place. Visibility prevents slip-ups. Next, automate decisions. Set rules like 20% of every paycheck goes to savings to remove temptation. Also, systemize your work. Create templates for emails, budgets, or pitches to save hours and reduce errors. Another move is to schedule reviews. Monthly check-ins on your goals or portfolio keep you aligned without obsessing daily. Finally, test and tweak. If a system, like a budgeting app, feels clunky, try another until it clicks. Systems aren't rigid. They're tools to make wealth building feel like second nature, freeing you to focus on the big picture. Part 36. Stay grounded. Wealth can pull you off course if you lose your anchor. Start by defining your core values. Maybe it's honesty, family, or growth, and let them guide every money decision. This keeps you from chasing shiny distractions. Next, practice humility. No matter how much you earn, stay open to learning and admit when you're wrong. Arrogance blinds you to opportunities. Also, reconnect with your roots. Spend time with old friends or revisit places that shaped you. It reminds you why you're building wealth. Another key is gratitude. Pause to appreciate what's working, a stable job, a supportive partner, or even small wins. It fuels contentment without killing ambition. Finally, limit comparisons. Someone's jet or mansion isn't your measure. Focus on your own path. Staying grounded ensures wealth serves your life, not the other way around. Part 37. Diversify income. Relying on one income stream is like balancing on a tightrope. Start by adding a side hustle. Freelancing, tutoring, or selling a skill online can bring extra cash with low risk. Next, explore passive income. Options like dividend stocks, peer-to-peer lending, or a blog with ads can grow over time. Also, think beyond money. Build skills or networks that open new earning paths if one dries up. Another strategy is to test markets. Try different gigs to see what pays best with the least effort, then double down. Finally, protect your streams. Save enough to cover gaps if a job or investment falters. 6 months' expenses is a solid start. Diversifying income isn't just safety, it's freedom to take bold moves without fear. Part 38. Focus on execution. Ideas are cheap. Execution builds wealth. Start by acting fast on small steps. Got a business idea? Build a basic version this week, not next year. Speed beats perfection. Next, break projects into bites. A goal like launch a product becomes write a plan today, contact a supplier tomorrow. This kills overwhelm. Also, eliminate excuses. No time, cut an hour of scrolling. No money, start with free tools. Barriers are often mental. Another tip is to iterate, launch, get feedback, improve. Waiting for ready wastes time. Finally, stay accountable. Share your goals with a friend or join a group to keep momentum. Execution turns dreams into dollars. Nothing else matters if you don't do the work. Part 39. Protect your wealth. Building wealth is half the battle, keeping it is the other. Start by ensuring what matters. Health, home, and income protection policies shield you from disasters. Next, avoid lifestyle creep. As income rises, bank the extra instead of splurging. It's tempting to upgrade everything, but restraint compounds wealth. Also, diversify assets. Mix stable bets like bonds with growth options like startups to balance risk. Another move is to plan for taxes. Set aside a chunk of every windfall or bonus to avoid surprises. Finally, safeguard your identity. Use secure passwords and monitor accounts for fraud. Cyber theft can wipe out years of work. Protecting wealth isn't glamorous, but it's what lets you sleep soundly while your money grows. Part 40. Inspire action. Wealth grows when you spark movement in yourself and others. Start by setting an example. Show up consistently, whether it's posting your work or hitting savings goals. People notice discipline. Next, share your story. Talk about your wins and flops openly. It motivates others and builds trust. Also, encourage small steps. If someone's stuck, suggest one easy action, like saving $10 this week, to break inertia. Another way is to collaborate. Team up on projects where everyone's strengths shine. It's faster than going solo. Finally, celebrate effort. Cheer your own progress and others, even if results aren't perfect yet. Inspiration isn't about grand speeches. It's about showing what's possible and nudging people to act. That energy pulls wealth closer for everyone. Part 41. Harness creativity. Creativity isn't just for artists. It's Start by brainstorming new ways to solve problems. Maybe it's a service your community needs or a twist on an existing product. Fresh ideas attract money. Next, mix and match. Combine skills or trends, like tech with wellness, to create something unique that stands out. Also, carve out time to think. A quiet hour with a notebook can spark a business plan or investment angle others miss. Another trick is to reframe challenges. A tight budget isn't a limit, it's a puzzle to solve with smarter choices. Finally, prototype fast. Sketch your idea, test it cheaply, and refine based on real feedback. Creativity doesn't need a big budget, just curiosity and the guts to try. It's how you turn nothing into something valuable. Part 42. Build momentum. Wealth snowballs when you keep moving. Start by stacking small wins, save $50, learn a new tool, or make one sale. Each victory fuels confidence for bigger steps. Next, maintain rhythm. Set a daily or weekly task, like contacting one new client or reading one finance article, to stay in motion. Also, ride hot streaks. When you're energized, say after a great idea or deal, push harder to capitalize on that spark. Another key is to clear obstacles early. Handle boring stuff like paperwork or emails first, so your best energy goes to growth. Finally, reflect weekly. Look at what worked, what didn't, and adjust your next move. Momentum isn't luck. It's a habit of doing, learning, and doing again. Each step building on the last. Part 43. Value relationships. Money flows through people, so cherish your connections. Start by showing appreciation. A quick thank you to a colleague or client strengthens bonds that can lead to deals later. Next, be generous with your time. Offer to brainstorm or troubleshoot for someone. It often pays off in loyalty or referrals. Also, seek mutual growth. Partner with people whose goals align with yours, creating alliances where everyone levels up. Another move is to stay authentic. Pretending to be someone you're not burns bridges. Be real and trust follows. Finally, check in regularly. A message or call to see how someone's doing keeps relationships warm, ready for when opportunities arise. Relationships aren't transactions. They're the roots that hold your wealth steady. Part 44. Anticipate change. The only constant is change, so get ahead of it. Start by scanning the horizon. Follow news, blogs, or talks about where your industry or economy is heading. Knowing what's coming lets you prepare. Next, stress test your plans. Ask, what if my job vanishes or this investment tanks? And build backups, like extra skills or savings. Also, embrace small shifts. Trying a new tool or tweaking your budget now makes bigger pivots easier later. Another strategy is to learn from history. Study past market crashes or business trends to spot patterns that might repeat. Finally, stay nimble. Keep some cash liquid and avoid locking all your money in one place. Flexibility lets you jump on surprises. Anticipating change doesn't mean predicting the future. It's about being ready for whatever hits. Part 45. Celebrate progress. Building wealth is a grind, so honor your steps forward. Start by marking milestones, whether it's clearing a loan, hitting a savings target, or landing a new client. A small treat, like a nice meal, makes it real. Next, share your wins. Tell a friend or post about it to inspire others and reinforce your drive. Also, track your journey. A simple log of what you've achieved. Say, January started investing, June doubled my side income. Shows how far you've come. Another tip is to reframe setbacks. A failed venture isn't a loss if you learned something. Celebrate the lesson. Finally, reward effort, not just results. Even if a project didn't pay off, give yourself credit for showing up. Celebrating progress keeps you hungry and reminds you wealth is a path, not a race. Part 46. Leverage data numbers. Tell stories that can make you rich. Start by tracking your financial metrics, spending, savings, and investment returns in a simple tool like a spreadsheet. Spotting patterns like overspending on weekends helps you adjust. Next, study market data. Look at trends in industries you're interested in, like housing or tech, to find entry points others miss. Also, use free resources, government reports, company earnings, or even online dashboards to stay informed without breaking the bank. Another move is to test assumptions. Think a side hustle will pay off? Run a quick trial and check the numbers before going all in. Finally, learn basic stats. Understanding things like growth rates or risk ratios makes you a sharper investor. Data isn't just for nerds, it's your map to smarter wealth moves. Part 47. Cultivate grit. Wealth rewards those who don't quit. Start by embracing discomfort. Push through tough moments, like a failed deal or a steep learning curve, knowing they're shaping you. Next, set non-negotiables. Maybe it's saving 10% of every paycheck or working an hour on your business daily. No excuses. Also, lean on routine. Consistent small actions like checking investments weekly outlast bursts of effort. Another key is to reframe rejection. A no from a client or lender isn't failure, it's feedback to tweak your approach. Finally, find your fuel. Whether it's proving doubters wrong or building a better life, let that drive you when motivation dips. Grit isn't talent, it's showing up when others walk away, and that's what stacks your wealth over time. Part 48. Optimize opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere, but you have to grab them. Start by saying yes strategically. If a project or connection could grow your skills or network, take it, even if it's a stretch. Next, act first. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Launch that idea or invest that cash now, then refine as you go. Also, scout overlooked niches. Maybe it's a local need or an underserved online audience. Small gaps can yield big returns. Another trick is to bundle efforts. Promote your side hustle while networking, or learn a skill that helps multiple goals. Finally, follow up relentlessly. That contact you met, email them again. That deal you pitched, check in. Opportunities don't land in your lap. You hunt them down and make them yours. Part 49. Balance freedom and duty. Wealth is freedom, but it comes with responsibilities. Start by owning your choices. Every dollar spent or saved shapes your future. Choose with intention. Next, honor commitments. Pay debts, keep promises, and deliver quality work. It builds trust that fuels more opportunities. Also, give back thoughtfully. Share time or resources with causes you believe in, but set limits to protect your goals. Another step is to weigh trade-offs. Want to quit your job for a startup? Calculate what you're giving up and plan for it. Finally, align freedom with purpose. Use wealth to live on your terms. Maybe that's travel, family, or creative work. But don't let it pull you from what matters. Balancing freedom and duty keeps your wealth meaningful and your life steady. Part 50. Live the wealthy life. Wealth isn't a finish line, it's a way of living. Start by savoring today. Spend on experiences that spark joy, like a trip or a skill, knowing your systems are building tomorrow's riches. Next, stay hungry. Even with money in the bank, keep learning, creating, and connecting. Stagnation kills progress. Also, teach your wealth habits. Show kids or friends how to save or invest. You'll reinforce your own discipline. Another key is to redefine success. It's not just numbers, it's peace, impact, and choices. Ask, am I living my version of rich? Finally, keep evolving. Your goals at 25 won't fit at 40. Adapt your wealth to your life's seasons. A wealthy life blends purpose, joy, and growth, letting you thrive now and always. We've journeyed through 50 strategies to build wealth and claim financial independence, from sharpening your focus to living with purpose. Each step, whether it's mastering a skill, embracing grit, or savoring small wins, builds a foundation for a life where money serves you, not the other way around. Wealth isn't just about numbers, it's about freedom, impact, and joy. You don't need to do everything at once. Pick one idea, act on it today, and let momentum carry you forward. The path to a richer life starts with your next choice. Make it count. If you found value in these strategies, hit that subscribe button to keep up with more tips on building wealth and living better. Share this video with someone who could use a nudge toward financial freedom, and let's grow this community together. Drop a comment with your favorite strategy or what you're trying next. I'd love to hear your story. Stay tuned for more ways to unlock your potential.